After the Melbourne Cup, potentially I shouldn't be talking about equestrian sports and blood rules, but I'm going to, because this is exactly what I was talking about. It has nothing to do with just racing, but all equestrian sports and their future in general. The FEI has just made changes to the blood rule, and it is embarrassing. Not only has the mandatory elimination just been replaced with a warning, but even worse, if the horse is bleeding and it goes through a inspection and everything is deemed fine, the horse is allowed to continue to compete. And the worst part of it all, this rule change was pushed by the riders. Now, obviously, there are major animal welfare concerns with this, but this is exactly what I was talking about the other day, and this is potentially the biggest issue if we want our sport to continue, that this is a dangerous step backward for welfare and public trust in this sport. And like down here, the no blood rule is more than just a regulation. It is a symbol of respect, empathy, and responsibility in our relationship with our horses. If we weaken this boundary, we lose a fundamental moral compass in the equestrian sport. And if that isn't embarrassing enough, British Showjumping has actually had to step up and say, we will not be following this rule. They said if horses are to have a future in sport, we must demonstrate unwavering respect for their welfare. As leaders in equestrian sport, our duty is clear. Protect our athletes, human and equine, and put horse welfare at the heart of every decision. And exactly what I was saying the other day, it risks eroding public trust and undermines the very progress these changes aim to achieve. So for everyone that was saying, if you're not in the industry, if you're not in that sport, you can't have an opinion because it's uneducated, this ruling, which multiple different parties have all deemed beyond unethical and a major risk to the longevity of equestrian sports, this rule was pushed by the riders in that sport. And that is why people outside of the sport need to be looking in and need to be having their opinions and need to be discussing things. Because if we leave it up to the biased opinions within the sport, they all have their own agendas, all have their own motives. Because there is good in every industry, but there is also bad and very ugly in every industry. Because this is what we risk happening. More and more people losing faith that equestrian sports are ethical. And it has been very hard to find anywhere on the internet anyone not thinking this decision is ludicrous and controversial, and having genuine concerns about what it's going to do to the future of our sport. And this is a decision made by people in the sport. We are somehow going so far backwards in a time when we cannot afford to be going backwards. There is so much spotlight and scrutiny right now in equestrian sports, and this is only going to make it worse, and not for no reason. This is seriously concerning.